have a truckload of cactus and a bunch of hungry tortoises. Let's feed them. Of course, we're gonna start off with the star of Shadow's reptiles, Tank the Socata tortoise. Here you go, bud. Oh, and here's Chanel trying to rob the attention away. Tank did not like that. Tank wants to remain the star. Here you go, buddy. Just like that, we're almost done. And of course, we can't forget the females, so we need to give them some of that cactus and go around giving it to the whole squad. Here you go, buddy. And the last bite's always the scariest one, so we're just gonna go ahead and leave that right there. And of course, one for Shadow as well. She's a little bit more shy. She always takes a few minutes to start. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm kind of rushing. We have a lot of tortoises to feed, so let's just go ahead and move on. And here's Tank rushing over here to get more cactus. This guy is crazy. He's definitely the most high energy tortoise that I have. There's Luna in her little burrow. She's a little bit more friendly, so I'm sure she'll come. And Tank's over here trying to get a little bit more cactus. I'll just toss it in front of her and she'll find it whenever she pleases. Here's Popeye through her slice right there. And Nyx is here. The last one left to feed, the nameless one, which is actually her name, so she does have a name for those of you wondering. We'll just go ahead and toss her right there, even though she was about to come out to say hi. And of course, we can't forget about one of my most peaceful Socata tortoises, which is currently trying to attack the cactus. Made me look bad, but this is Young Boy, and he used to live with all the RedFoot tortoises. I actually separated him because he's starting to get to breeding age, so he's starting to mount RedFoot tortoises. But like I mentioned, I've never seen this tortoise fight another tortoise, which is amazing for a Socata, especially a male, because every single male Socata I've ever had has been super aggressive towards other males and sometimes even the females. And just like that, took 10 seconds and he downed the whole cactus. Oh my goodness. And just like that, there's barely anything left. These guys, of course, are hungry as well. And the RedFoot tortoises are about to start laying. Their season's about to start. I actually have less than 15 eggs in the incubator, not including iguana eggs. And they're all RedFoot eggs. That's because their season is about to finish and about to start. RedFoots pretty much lay year-round for me. So I'm collecting some of the females that are finishing up, and some of them are starting now. So that's pretty cool. See, this is one of my boys, my original RedFoot male. These guys are just tearing apart this cactus. Right now I have a total of 8 male RedFoots and 16 females for a total of 24. And these guys are doing amazing. And I don't want to spoil too much, but as you can see, walls are going up. The RedFoot enclosure was split. We're gonna have some new enclosures being built. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think are gonna be going in those big enclosures. And it's time to go ahead and move on to the marble cherry head tortoises. Before we move on to the next tortoises, check this out. Might be a little bit hard to tell for the untrained eye, but right here we have some tortoise eggs. Obviously, I don't know the exact location, but so you can see this ground here is a little bit lifted, and it's lifted here as well. Let's go ahead and start digging and see what we find. All right, here we go. So yeah, she laid her eggs right here. Tortoises, especially the RedFoots, they usually lay towards their front. That most likely means when she dug out this nest, her back end was towards this part and her front towards that end right over there. Let's see, and pull these bad boys out of the nest. There we go. Now, I don't like to rotate these, but at the same time, it's not a huge deal if I rotate them a little bit. They were just laid last night, and it takes a little bit for the embryo to get attached. One of them's broken, unfortunately. Happens sometimes, they break their eggs. So I do like to collect the eggs as she's laying if possible. It looks like she laid a total of 5 eggs, but unfortunately one of them was already broken in the nest. That happens sometimes when the tortoise makes the nest a little bit too small and she kind of just tries to wedge them all in there, and she kind of cracks one or completely shatters it. And sometimes they'll even lay on top of another tortoise's nest and break them that way. So that's why it's very important to collect all the eggs as soon as possible and put them in the incubator. So hopefully in 5 months, we have some beautiful little RedFoot. After checking out the RedFoots, it's time to feed all the cherry heads. Of course, they're gonna be eating cactus as well. That's what everybody's gonna eat. And it looks like the rhino iguanas are getting a little bit excited, so they're gonna be eating some as well. And we'll just throw these right here in front of all of these guys, and they're gonna start nibbling at it right away. Since the last video, I did add a few other tortoises and turtles to this enclosure. Added my Greek tortoise, which used to be behind the shed. Since I put the lemurs back there, I've moved her over here. And I also have my Florida box turtle hanging out in this enclosure. Of course, you guys already saw in the cherry head video that the elongated tortoise was already in here. And as you can see, these guys have already gotten cleared of all their fungus. Look at these little beauties. They're covered in mud, but I don't really mind. I don't go crazy cleaning my tortoises. They like living in mud. They like burying themselves. So I let them have a naturalistic life and enjoy what they do best. And of course, we can't leave Dino and his girls hanging because these guys were checking us out while we were feeding the cherry head. And Dino, every single night, he comes and sleeps in the same spot. And this room right here is my window. So every time I wake up, I open this up and the first thing I see is this guy's big face looking right back at me. And this girl, she looks like she's more interested in getting petted than getting food right now. What's up? You want some of this or not? All right, let's see if Blue wants some instead. All right, it looks like these girls are more interested in being petted right now than getting cactus. So we're gonna leave it in their food bowl and let's go ahead and move on to the other tortoises. And last but definitely not least, we have the Alabra tortoises. These guys have gotten massive and they still have a lot of growing to do. Still babies. I don't even know if they're boy or girl yet because of how young they are. Let's see. There we go. There you go, buddy. And this guy, of course, he's always been the simplest one. Look at this. He just wants to be petted right now. He forgot that he was eating. No more cactus, buddy. You just want to be petted. Just like that. This is the only tortoise that I have that actually prioritizes being pet over food. Every other tortoise is just driven by food. They'll run over me to get to the food, but this guy, he doesn't mind just chilling, being petted while food is right in front of his face. This guy, he's a little bit more crazy. He's definitely gonna want to eat that up. Even if I'm petting him, he's not gonna stop eating. Look at this. He doesn't care. He wants me to move my hand away so he can get the whole cactus to himself. Still looking for more. And the little ones back there munching. I tried hand feeding them. They do not like me. They have been one of the hardest tortoises to tame up for some reason. What are you doing? You're trying to eat me, bro? This guy's over here trying to eat me up. Look at those teeth. How crazy. They got 2 rows of teeth. Look at this. Open up this Shadow's dentistry right here. Look at those teeth. That would not be fun to get bit by this bad boy. That's why they get through the cactus and through the vegetables so easily. That is a little bit scary. I'm not gonna lie. But there he is munching away. I do like to put the cactus on the hay over there or on the blocks instead of the dirt, but I'm gonna go ahead and move them over there now. There we go. These guys are munching away and the other 2 are gonna make their way over here slowly. I'm gonna probably bring a little bit more cactus, and luckily there's still a lot of cactus left to feed. So if you guys want to get some tasty treats for your tortoises or you want to plant some for future growth, make sure you head over to shadowsreptiles.com. And if you let me know in the notes section of your order that you came from this video, I'll go ahead and double any cactus orders. Most of this is going to be replanted so that we could have more cactus in the future. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit the like button. If you didn't, please let me know what you didn't like in the comments. Make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications, and have a beautiful day.